Well, here we are. We're about 100 miles in. Just thought I'd give you guys a little view of where I am.
So once you go over the Atigun Pass and through the Brooks Range, it dumps you down onto this area, which is commonly referred to as the Arctic tundra. There's no more trees. They can't survive the winter up here. And at this point right here, I'm still 170 miles away from the end in Dead Horse. The scenery here is just spectacular. As you can see, the huge mountains on either side, and of course, I get passed by a truck. It's a little bit later in the morning, and I'm starting to see a few more trucks coming the other way. And then I came to a spot where I believe this is the area where there was a washout about a month before I came up here, and the road was closed for a couple days. And there seemed to be a lot of wetness on the road. And then I had my first real experience with calcium chloride, which is coming up right here. And you look at this and you say it's just wet on the ground, but there is something very, very bizarre about that product. It does make that road so slippery.
Slow and steady, Jimmy. Slow and steady. That looks very slippery. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. What the fuck?
Okay, there's always discussions on motorcycle message boards and Facebook groups on the Dalton Highway and whether or not it's actually worth riding. Now, granted, this is pretty far north along the route, and the Dalton Highway is a 414-mile long, basically dirt road. It does have a little bit of pavement mixed in, but primarily it's a dirt road. And it's a one-way, so it's really an 800-mile day if you're gonna 800-mile route if you're going to do it. And you will see some of the most amazing views that you could ever hope to witness on a motorcycle. Now, luckily for me, on this day, it was a beautiful day. It was such a beautiful ride. The mountains off in the distance, the conditions of the road, the vastness of the area, and the complete emptiness of this part of the Dalton is such an amazing thing to see. So if you get a chance and you're in Alaska, definitely go up and ride this road. Now you have to be comfortable with dirt roads. You have to be comfortable with loose gravel sections. You have to be comfortable with being in the middle of nowhere by yourself. There were times when I did not see another vehicle or person for at least 100 miles. So that's one part that you do have to be prepared for. And obviously, it's a long way from home for most of us. Not a lot of people live in Alaska, and believe it or not, less than 10% of the Alaskan population have been north of Fairbanks and on the Dalton Highway. So it truly is the last frontier in the last frontier state. But I'm here to tell you, if motorcycles, adventures, and seeing amazing scenery is on your list, go do the Dalton Highway. You won't be disappointed. So at the very top of America, where the road ends and the Arctic begins, there's a place that a few have heard of and even fewer have seen. This, my friends, is Dead Horse, Alaska. It's located at the terminus of the 414-mile Dalton Highway. So Dead Horse sits just a few miles from the Arctic Ocean on the northern, most remote area of Alaska called the North Slope. And it's not a town in a traditional sense. There are no families, there's no schools, there's no main street. Dead Horse is here for one reason, and it's oil. And when you drive through town, you'll definitely understand that, because it's basically just an industrial park. And it's flat, gravel, bumpy. Nobody walks around up here, mostly because of the weather and how extreme it can get. And the road is actually really quite crappy that goes through town.
Okay, here we are. Where are we? Well, some might recognize that building behind me because we made it to the end of the Dalton Highway on that bike to this spot, 5,200 miles from home to get here, and I made it. Woo. So here we are. Where are we? Well, that's the Arctic Ocean right there. There's actually, that's ice that's way out there. That's not supposed to be here. The guy said that that's unusual to have ice that close this time of year. And that guy's already in the water. We're going swimming. I don't know. All right, here we go. I don't want to, but I'm going to. Oh, freezing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whose idea is this? Okay, so we did it. I think everybody in the group went in. Even I went in and went under. They say it's 40 degrees. Jesus, that was chilly.
So after my chilly dip in the ocean, jumped back on the bus, and this is pretty much the only footage I have for the rest of the day. A little bit of my room back at the hotel, and then I went to bed, and I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to the sound of pouring rain, and I knew it was not going to be a fun ride back down the
Well,
Dalton.
here we are. Pouring rain, windy as fuck, and we're on the Dalton Highway. It's not all about just getting here, it's about getting home. This is going to be interesting. Let's go. Day 21, heading south. Well, here we are. We're about 100 miles in. Just thought I'd give you guys a little view of where I am. This stuff right here is really, really slippery in the rain, so this is an interesting ride. Fucking A, baby. Yeah, 4,700 feet. Now we go down. Show me some blue sky. Come on, Mr. Dalton. I've been saying a couple of little prayers to Mr. Dalton, asking for some help. Keep me safe. He knows how long I've been wanting to do this road. So far so good. I had some hairy sections, but I just slowed way down. Probably averaged 30 miles an hour for 200 miles. Woo! Fucking A, baby! Yo! I am fucking pumped! This is what I'm talking about! Look at this! Woohoo! What a road! Oh my goodness. I gotta say, that first 100 miles from Dead Horse, like the first 50 is pavement, which wasn't bad. It just was pouring rain, really strong winds, and 44 degrees, right? So, yeah, you know what? I've done that in New England a million times. Now, doing that 5,000 miles from home in Dead Horse, Alaska is a little different. But then when the pavement ended and we got into the gravel, and it was like just loops, soupy, muddy, potholy. Just look at this! Look at this! What? So the next 50 was rough. It was rough. But this looks good, and I think I see the sun. Are you fucking shitting me? Yeah! Hey, here we are. Where are we? Well, check this out. There's a view of my spot. Brr. How do we start with a view of the old Motoguzzi? What a good girl she's been. Look at the shit I've been putting her through. Oh my goodness. Look at my swim trunks. Oh, you poor thing. Alright, so if you saw my post on Facebook this morning, you might have been a little concerned. And to be honest with you, I was a little concerned. I had woken up this morning in Dead Horse, Alaska. It was pouring rain. And I was like, my God, I gotta ride the Dalton Highway home in the pouring rain. Oh, man. But I had a feeling. So if you're familiar with the Dalton, it's got the Brooks Range is about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way north up it. And it's a high mountain pass called the Atigun Pass. And a lot of times the weather's different on either side. So the northern side of the pass is the Arctic tundra. There's no trees, just flat, cold, windy. And I think the storms come off the Arctic Ocean. And on the other side, the southern side of the pass, there's trees. And I think it kind of has a different weather climate. So but it was 178 miles from my hotel to the summit of this mountain. And as you can see, I made it. Pouring rain, freezing cold, lots of wind. Look, 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 there's sunshine. And look at the view. And I see trees. Oh, I've never been so happy to see sunshine. Oh, I pulled over here to take a pee and warm up, but it's actually pretty chilly. So I think I'm going to keep on moving. Plug back in. I'm soaked to the bone. I'm covered in mud. The motorcycle, a mess. And I'm not even nearly done the Dalton yet. I'll tell you how much I got. Hold on. All right, I have 238 miles left of the Dalton to do. And then I have like maybe 100 miles to my place I'm staying at after that. So my plan was to do that today, which would be an over 500 mile day, with 400 and something of it being the Dalton. Not sure yet. I'm gonna play it by ear. I'm almost to cold foot. I'm cold. I need to get gas. I need to eat something and check the weather. Okay, but I'm happy. I am so fucking happy to see the sunshine. So let's go.
So the section between the summit of Atigun Pass and Coldfoot Camp is about 80 miles long. And as you can see, there's a little bit of pavement mixed in here, but the mountains off to the side are just simply incredible. So at about this point in the trip, I'm about 200 miles into this point right here, and I decided I was going to try to press on and get to Coldfoot without having to use any of my spare gas. So I slowed way down, and as you can tell, I got passed by more than one vehicle. Here a big 18-wheeler rolls by me, but I just kind of like started enjoying this part of the trip because the road was dry and the scenery was just amazing. I had music playing in my head, in my helmet, and I was just really enjoying the ride. My goal here was to get to Coldfoot, have some lunch, and then decide what I was going to do for the rest of the day. Because I had left so early, I think it was probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon when I finally rolled into Coldfoot. Sun was shining while I was inside having a delicious burger, and then I decided to press on. And I figured I'm going to make it all the way to North Pole. It's going to be an over 500-mile day, but no problem. Sun's out.
Well, here we are. Where are we? Well, we're right here. And we might be spending the night right there in that corner. We'll see. Big thunder boomers, lots of lightning. But the last I checked my radar, which I don't have service right now, so I can't check it now, but when I was having lunch about an hour ago, it looked like there was a bunch of little cells that were moving eastbound, and I'm kind of going southwest, so I thought I'd be able to avoid some of them, but this one, no. This one really started coming down hard about 10 minutes ago, so I found this little spot. The nice thing about south of Coldfoot, all of these big trucks do not slow down in the weather. All of these pullouts have little bathrooms like this. South of Coldfoot. North of Coldfoot, there's nothing. You're trapped. You're screwed. But I'm going to hang out here for a little bit. I think the storm's going to move by and I can keep on moving on. So, but I don't have accommodations for tonight, and I'm hoping the last little hotel on the Dalton at the Yukon River has rooms. If they don't, I'll be sleeping in one of these because I don't have my tent gear. That was a boy. Okay, here we are. We're at the start of the Dalton Highway. That's because we as in me and you, rode the entire length of this road from Prudhoe Bay, Dead Horse, to Living Good, end of the road, or the beginning of the road, in one day. It's 10:30. I left Dead Horse at 7:30. I had maybe 3 hours of sunlight. The rest of it was rain, rain, rain. Unbelievable. The mosquitoes here are crazy. So that's it. I still got 90 miles to my lodging, and then I'll be done for the day. So it looks like it's going to be a 7:30 to midnight ride day. I don't recommend that to anybody. But thank you, Mr. Dalton. You took care of me today. Even though the highway tried to kill me about 12 times. I got stories. Trust me. Ay, ay, ay. All right, mosquitoes are going to kill me. Peace.